Good evening, everyone. Today is August 17th, and we are almost halfway through the month. I guess we are, or the, oh, sorry. We've got some exciting things coming up in Scentsy. I wanted to kind of just remind you guys that we have our Groot and Rocket coming on the 24th, and let me add her back. Let's see. Product status list. I really hope everybody's kind of paying attention to that. Things are starting to get some dates as far as when things are going to be starting to be filled and come back from back order. And it's just so important as we're placing orders to kind of pay attention to those things, because it's just easier to keep the piece when we're already aware that it's not available, when people are oh, thanks, Cindy. I just got your message. I saw the message blinking, and I'm like, what is that? Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, make sure you're paying attention to that on the news tab. And are you doing your pre-orders, making sure people know that they're getting ready for September 1st for the launch of the Harvest collection? As far as we know, it will be launching at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, just like the fall catalog did. A lot of people are questioning if Jack Skellington and the Nightmare for Christmas products are going to be, released at the same time. As far as we know right now, yes, everything will be released at the same time. So it's important as a consultant, if you're taking pre-orders, that you are committing to getting up at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to place those orders, because we just don't know if it's going to be like it was last year. If you weren't around last year in September, we placed just the warmer became available, and it was sold out within, I believe, like an hour or a couple hours, and just 3 hours. 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. And our group sold $35,000 worth of warmers in 3 minutes. So that is amazing, and that will be great if that happens again. But we also have to remember that us as consultants, if we're taking pre-orders, that we're committing to getting on the ball and having things ready. My suggestion is that you take pre-orders if you do like Zelle or PayPal or Venmo, and have the money in your account already ready to go, so you only have to process one payment. Because what slows people down is having to put a bunch of credit cards in, and then, oh gosh, this person's credit card's not going through, I misconfigured their numbers, blah 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 blah. And you just don't want that stress, especially at 3 a.m. if you're Pacific Standard Time. You people on the East Coast, you're a little bit luckier. It's 6 a.m. there. And then even we have some people like in Hawaii, it's even earlier than that. So, midnight's normal. I go to bed around midnight or 1 every night. So, but you know what I'm saying. If that's not something you normally do, you want to make sure you commit to knowing what you're doing on that night and having that ready. What I usually do is I put in all of their names, who's going to be placing the orders. And if for some reason they just do not want to pay you anything but credit card, I would put in a mock order for them so it adds up to what it would be. And then you could go ahead and put you can put everybody's orders in. It'll let you go to the processing page and put in that person's credit card, and then you can get out of it. So then it's just already entered. Just make sure that you verify everything is good. You let them know it's going to be processed on that date for that much money, and just literally verbally say, is that, let me run your card number back to you, just to make sure that I have everything down, just so you don't have to worry about, like I said, that you wrote it down wrong or they gave it to you wrong or whatever. So those are just little tips that you kind of learn throughout the years, as with all these crazy little sales that go on. Any type of way to make things more smoothly for you, especially, and then of course your clients is best. I have a chat here. Let's see. I use Square if that happens. Ain't nobody got time for that. Love your comment, Melissa. So Square as well is definitely a good option. I haven't used Square in so long, I forgot about that option. But yes, Square is an option that you can run their card. You do get charged a fee for that, but if you're willing to take the hit, use it as a tax deduction just because you're paying for that fee, then by all means, absolutely. There's actually a lot of other pay things. You can do Facebook Pay, you can do Cash App, you could do, there's even, Scentsy used to be partners. I do not know if they still are, but it's called Pay Anywhere. It's a credit card company like what should she say? Square. So you can look into that if that's something that you want to do. So, but anyways, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of those things that are coming up and really thinking about it and planning about it. And there's some notes that I just want to make sure, because I took some notes yesterday about something that I wanted to make sure that I covered today before we start our amazing speaker. Okay, so registration for Cabo for leadership is going to be September 15 start. That's the tentative, that's when they plan. So if you're planning on being there, being a director by that time, then you want to start planning now to, you know, putting your money away and planning for that. However, we don't know if we're even going to be able to go in January. We don't know what the world's going to be like in January. So you want to really pay attention to if you're going to be booking flights, if you're going to be booking the registration, really read the fine print, you guys. I don't want a bunch of people calling me saying, you know, Scentsy's not giving my money back, or the plane trip is not giving my money. It's not my deal. It's not Scentsy. If they cannot, you know, get your money back, they're going to put it in the frying pan. So don't just click register and then forget about it. Make sure you read what the stipulations are if for some reason that they have to cancel that trip. Scentsy's usually good on their end, but just depending on what they can provide, they may not be able to get their money back. So obviously they've got to compensate in some way. Let's see. I think I mentioned pretty much everything that I wanted to cover as far as just housekeeping and stuff. I wanted to start really fast. For the first 15 minutes is going to be basically just housekeeping updates. I wanted to go through and let you guys see who's doing what in the business so far. And because this is a group call, I am going to be sharing, you know, just kind of top what's going on with everybody in the business, just so you guys see that it's possible. A lot of people kind of count themselves out during certain times, and especially times like this, thinking that, oh, nobody's buying. But I really want you guys to see that people are buying, and it's because of the people that I'm going to be sharing these numbers. So I'm just kind of, all right. So Nicole Wilson in New Jersey, and it's only the 17th of the month, you guys. So just remember that. She's got $2,475.74 in for the month so far, and she's a star consultant. Michelle Brooks, director from Nevada, is at $2,042. Catherine Payne, lead consultant from Oregon, $1,882.86. Sandra Colley, $1,689. She's from Nevada. She's on Nina's team. Trinice Cook, certified consultant, $1,674 from Arizona. Jennifer Brendes, $1,671.17 from New Jersey. Brittany Levine, director, $1,654, New Jersey. Shauna Cox, $1,637 from Hawaii. Director Lauren Clift, $1,609, Nevada. Myself, $1,446.32. Susan Ferreira, $1,313.20 from Hawaii. Jennifer Sheila, I don't know how to say it, sorry. Star consultant, $1,228 from New Jersey. Gladys Holman from California, $1197.89. Alyssa Burrell, $1195.01 from Nevada. Nadia Herrera, $1178 from Nevada. Michelle Maldonado at $1092.80 from Arizona. And Christy Crockett from Nevada, $1057.41. And there's several of you that are so close to 1,000, well over 500. And so those sales literally are proof that it's possible, you guys. I know several of you guys are traveling. Several of you guys are working 12-hour days, you know, so all these people, it's not because they're sitting around and they've got nothing else to do, but call their people from Scentsy. So I want you guys to realize that it's all about what you believe. If you believe you could do it, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't, right? From Henry Ford. So make sure, and this is the time right now, our company is blowing up, you guys. This is called a hyper growth, meaning I just did a party last night on Zoom with about 10 people from Atlanta, and 7 of them had no idea. There was 18 that 8 of them couldn't attend, but they're like on my Facebook messaging group thing, and they're watching my Facebook Live recording, and 7 of them have never even heard of Scentsy. And the majority of them have like only heard of it and maybe tried it once like a few years ago or something. So there's still so much territory, you guys, that we think that it's tapped out. We think that it's exhausted, and it's so not. And I've got several people interested in joining because they're like flipping out over this new product that they've never heard before, and they want everything. So they are hosting and or thinking of joining. So I really want you guys to think about, to make sure that you're asking for the party and also educating on the business opportunity, because we're only hurting ourselves when we're not doing that. And then we're also hurting people that may need an opportunity to buy their products for less cost or to make some money off of the business. And then obviously growing your business with new team members is the way you're going to make really maximize the compensation plan with working harder and not working smarter, not harder, and building leverage. And so I want to just call out the people that have sponsored this month, and that is Janelyn McGee from Nevada. So all these people have sponsored one person. Christy Crockett from Nevada, Annette McCrae from Nevada, Bojana Radojevic. Forgive me if I'm hacking that up, from Arizona, Krista Dyer from Texas, and Nicole Wilson from New Jersey, and Brittany Levine from New Jersey, Natasha Swayze from Nevada, and Anna Josenberg from New Jersey. So way to go, New Jersey and Nevada. It looks like you guys are rocking it. And, you know, our group is smaller than, like, if you're on the group Make It Happen page, you know, they've got 29,000 people in their downline. So that's why you're going to hear people that like this, you know, these people sponsored 10 people, these people, you know. So, but you know what, guys? One day you could be that person that's sponsoring that many people if you're literally talking to people every single day and offering the opportunity to everybody. It's just a fact, guys. It's a number system, and it works. So I'm not going to take any more time away from our awesome speaker. I want to introduce my dear, dear friend. I love to be able to say this because we've known each other for 20 years, 20 years, which is crazy. So we both met our husbands at where we used to work at the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas. And we've been friends ever since. And she supported me with my business when I first started. And one day I got the nerve to finally ask her to host, because guys, and this was only a few years ago, I still get nervous, but I know that in my gut, like, oh my gosh, I've sold to her, I've seen her, I haven't shared the hosting opportunity yet. And so I don't know if she even knows this, maybe I've told her, but yeah, it took me a lot of nerves to say, do you want to host a party? It was scary to me. Yes, it really was. And when she said, okay, I was like, oh, yay. But then she's my friend. So I was able to say, okay, I really want this to be a good party. So I'm going to really coach you, because I really want you to have a successful party. And she did. And she decided to join, which was so awesome, because what I told her, you always want to make sure you let them know what they're doing well, especially as a host, because your hostesses are going to end up being your best consultants. She was a marketing master. I mean, I was blown away how she was just marketing her party on Facebook with these amazing, she's putting all these flyers up, and she was connecting, and she was just I mean, she was working it. She was working the business. But I was like, she's doing better than I, and I'm the consultant. So I told her that, and I said, either you're going to be my marketing director for my business, or you need to join and start your own business because you're amazing. And I'm glad that she either thought that was something she could do and wanted to do. But she's going to share with you also some other things that inspired her to join, which really touches my heart. And so without further ado, my sweet friend, Nina Mencuri, I call her Neens. You guys probably hear me call her that all the time. So that's her nickname. So I'm going to mute my big mouth and let you unmute yourself and take her away, sister.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. So I've been switching from like computer program to computer program because my little one just started school today. So if anybody else just started virtual online schooling, you know, God bless you guys, because it was a hop back and forth between iPad to computer to iPhone. It was a fun morning. So what I want to talk about is a lot of it may seem repetitious because I don't know, it's stuff that I've learned from watching other people and listening to other not so much directors, but just other successful consultants. So I've taken a lot of what they've done and just tweaked it to make it my own. So let me start. I have a couple of different things, I guess, because with fundraising, I know fundraising isn't really, with COVID and everything, it hasn't been a hot thing for me lately. So I'll touch a little bit on that, and then I'll go into marketing. So, but what I want to talk about, I want to let you know about my story first, so you guys know a little bit about me. Many of you may know my story. A lot of you probably don't. But I started in 2015, and my backstory is I love school. So I'm always wanting to learn, wanting to grow. So when I was in school, I was going to pharmacy school. I was getting into the doctorate program for pharmacy. And I had been going to school forever. It seemed like forever. When I left studio with Jess, I went directly back to school. So ever since then, it was nonstop school. So I would work full time. I went to CSN. I took online school. And on the weekends, I would fly to California at a university out there and take classes. I took organic chemistry 1 and 2 at a university out there over the weekend. So sometimes I'd work full time at the hospital, get off, take a plane, go down there, take my 2-day class, and fly right back and go to work sometimes. So that was my life. And Nick and I, my hubby, we had been trying for a second child. My oldest is now 21. So there's a big gap in between my kids. And we never thought that we would end up having another baby. So we're like, okay, let's just go back to pharmacy school. Let's just go ahead and get this done. So 2015, guess what? I got accepted into pharmacy school. And then a couple months later, I found out that I was pregnant. So my first year when I started, my baby was probably just a little bit, Nicholas, who's now 5, he was just a little bit over a month old when I started my doctorate program. So I started that year, and it was really, really difficult for me. When I held my eldest, I was in my early 20s. When I had Nicholas, I was in my late 30s. So me thinking that, hey, you know, I did this once before, let's do this, we got this, you know, no. So I had PPD really, really bad. And it took me down. It took me down hard. All the organization, all the discipline, everything, all the hard work that I put myself through was suddenly just like crushed and broken like the blink of an eye. I couldn't even think. I couldn't function. I was falling asleep in the closet, and I was taking care of my newborn at the same time. So it just felt like suddenly I was just going through the motions. And it wasn't until that I realized, hey, this is not me. This is not normally how I function. I need to step back, take a break, and focus on me, on getting better. So after my P1 year, I took a break. I took a health leave, and just started, you know, just trying to heal myself. I had the, you know, support of my husband and my family, but sometimes you just want to hear or just want the support of like other people around you other than, you know, your family. Because usually you hear it all the time. You don't tend to listen to them as much as you should. So from being absent from a lot of people because of school, I decided to, hey, you know, let's hop on Facebook. So checking my emails, going through my emails, I found a message from Jessica. So Jessica asked me, she said, hey, you know, do you want to do a Scentsy party? And I was like, hey, why not? Let's do this. You know, it was around St. Patrick's Day. So I'm like, let's just get some people together. I need to get out of this funk. Let's throw a St. Patrick's Day barbecue and combine it with a Scentsy party. So I went ahead and did that. And when she presented it to me, I had no idea that they now had diffusers and oils, which is kind of what I needed to like just kind of get me in that calming mood from get out of my funk. So I was interested in that, but at the same time, she posed the I guess not option, but she shared with me that they did a lot of charity. Well, I grew up very active in my church community, and I went to an all-girls Catholic school, and we were very big on community service. So that is instilled with me. It's instilled. It's. I love doing it. It's a part of me. It's something I love to do. So when she shared that with me, I was like, hey, my husband has a bike shop. We have a bike team. I would love to introduce that to my kids and do a fundraiser so that I can share with them how important it is and how wonderful it is to give back to the community while at the same time maybe raising funds for your uniforms or whatnot. So that's what I did. You know, like I was like, hey, that's a great idea. And when she hosted my party, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and let's do this. I want to join. I want to go ahead and do this fundraising. You know, when I joined, it was mainly for the fundraising. So I wanted to go ahead and share that with the kids. So it was the team, my husband's team that I started doing that fundraising with, and sharing with them and being able to contribute and give back to the community. So the thing is that I didn't know at the time when I joined that Scentsy was what I didn't know that I needed at the time. And when I say that, it's because when you think of joining like some kind of direct sales, you think of, hey, yeah, let's make money, let's do this. Well, I didn't join to do that. I joined because of fundraising of charity work, because of love for it. When I jumped into the business, I needed a distraction from my postpartum depression. And I did the fundraiser, and Jess at the time shared with me a director in training program. So at that time, I was in the director in training program with Michelle Brooks, and they shared, or Jessie shared, you know, certain books for us to read. And that helped kind of put me back into an organization, because I was so messed up from my postpartum depression. I couldn't think straight. I didn't know what to do anymore. My mind was just all over the place. Being in that program helped kind of put the organization and like just focus back into things. And I put my all into just trying to get myself better, if that makes sense. Michelle, if you ever heard Michelle, she is big on systems, on lists. And she is one, I don't know if she knows this, but she is one that she's my go-to for people for somebody when I need some kind of system or some kind of schedule to help me get back into place. And she's one of the big people, one of the main people, her and Jess, helped me get back into putting organization, focus, positivity, and everything back into my life. And whether or not you guys know this, it wasn't just selling Scentsy, it was you guys, the community, that helped basically heal me. So thank you for that. And regardless if I ever make money or whatever with Scentsy, I would never leave, because you guys as a community, as my friends, helped heal me. And that is what a lot of people that I try to explain to them, that it's more than just a business. It's a family. And if I can explain that or share that with people, that is what I would, I would love for them to just experience what I experience. So that's my story, and that's how I came to be part of Scentsy. So sorry if I have like snot or everything, but that's how I came to be. So after, I have notes because I have mama brain and I tend to forget. So I'll be looking at my notes occasionally. So after I joined and got into, the director and training program and everything, Jess and Michelle and Lauren Clift invited me to Anaheim to basically introduce me into doing events. And I love doing events. Up until I had my third child, I did events. And that again it got me out meeting people. It got me out to just slowly being me again, like socializing, building a business, but also it taught me how to meet people, how to build a business. So if you're, how can I explain this? If you're wanting to build your business, reach out to your sponsor, reach out to your director, just so that you can get some kind of, I guess, direction or path. It wasn't what I was seeking at the time, but it helped me in more ways than just building my business. So it's one thing that I suggest for everyone to do, whether or not you join as a hobbyist or as, building a team. I want to get into, let me see, just my top 10, I guess. Jess, you wanted me to do a top 10, right? So let me get into my top 10. And I guess that's what doing my top 10 is basically what got me, or how I got here today. So first of all is, like my story, figure out what your why is. So, excuse me. Figure out what your why is, and share it. If you don't know what your why is, dig down and think to yourself, why are you in this business, and what would you like to get out of it, and share it. And the reason why I say share it is share it when you're in your PSW, share it with people, share it in your join packets, whatever, because people tend to join with who they connect with. A lot of my downline, whether they're with me or not, have found me through my PSW and have joined me because of my story. So a lot of times, there are people that are going through the same difficulties in life, whether it's, postpartum depression or depression itself. Many may have stayed with me, a few haven't, but it gave them an avenue to reach out to someone that they can connect with. And that's what people want when they look for a sponsor, is someone they can connect with. Your second one is direction. So whether it is reaching out to your sponsor and director, like I was talking about, trying to figure out a path and how you can be successful in your business, or doing the first things first checklist. So in your workstation, there's a first things first checklist. And that is one of the things that I did when I first started. So again, I love lists, I love systems, and it's what got me through Shooting Star, through my sensational start. That's how I got all those. Second is to look at your workstation, look through your resource videos. There's a lot of videos in there for everything imaginable. If you're looking how to do fundraisers, there's videos on that. If you're looking how to do events, there's videos on that. So check those out, and you'll be able to find a lot of resources there that are absolutely free. And for me personally, a lot of them have not only benefited me in my Scentsy business, but also for my husband's business as well. So it's something that you don't necessarily have to isolate towards Scentsy, but you can utilize it in other aspects of your life. So it's something free that you guys can always, have free resources, take advantage of it. Third is attend meetings. So I always attended the meetings, whether it was, I attended a few live when I was able to, but whether it is on the live Zoom calls or on the live Facebook, or listen to the recordings, do what you can to listen to them or watch them live. They will do a great deal in helping you get ideas and try to focus on all that for your business. Follow successful people and ask them what they're doing. What are they reading? What are they doing to be successful? Or how can they help you with, a problem area? like, how are they doing their, for example, how are they doing their whiff boxes? Is there a better system for that? I always asked, whether it was Jessie, I watched videos from Becca and Callie. I don't know if you guys know Anik, Julie Sue, Michelle Brooks. So those are people that I look to. I see what they're doing, what they're reading, what their videos are, and I follow what they are sharing. So you can try to implement it. If it works for you, cool. If it doesn't, then try something else. At least you tried it, and you may have to tweak it, or you just may not like it. If you don't like it, then throw it out the window and try something else that's you. Find what works for you and make it go. Meet people. Number 4, meet people. So I joined a lot of groups, so Facebook groups. I love gardening, so I'm in a gardening group. I have plumerias. In Nevada, it's hard to grow plumerias, so I'm in a plumeria group. I'm in a homeschooling kids group, yoga group, cricut group. Join those groups, interact with everyone. They not only give you ideas for all those other things, but you're building relationships with people. So if you guys see my Facebook profile, it lets people know that I'm a consultant. I never go out of my way, in these groups and let people know, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant. I never say that. But a lot of people, just by looking at either my profile or my profile picture, will see that, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And I have gotten some customers that way, just by being in the group, not even talking about Scentsy. I don't talk about Scentsy at all. I'm just interactive in the group, discussing whatever the group's about, or if I have questions or answer questions or whatnot. That's one way to meet people if you're not out and about. And during times of COVID, it's a great way to interact with those around you, and get not only new customers, but make friends as well. Let me see. Brand yourself. People are always watching. So when you think people aren't watching, people are always watching. So I have my name badge. I work in a hospital, so my name badge has a little Scentsy logo. I put one of those stickers on the name badge, and so it says Scentsy. People can tell that I'm a Scentsy consultant. My lanyard with my keychain, it's a Scentsy lanyard. Whether you have a hat or a shirt, my car decal, my car in the parking lot or in my house, it has my Scentsy stuff. My car visor is a Scentsy car visor. So people always know, or that, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant. At work, I have my the to-go bags, the party bags. So I have that, and I bring it all the time at work. So my coworkers, especially the ones that are like obsessed with Scentsy, they know to ask me, hey, did you bring your bag of testers? Yeah, it's in the break room. So during break, they will go back there and they will smell the testers on break, and they will put their order on the order form, or they will text it to me. That's how I do that. But they know, hey, I can get bulbs from Nina because Nina has, bulbs on hand, or, I can order from her and smell the latest, testers. Nina has it in the break room, they know to ask me, and you want people to know you, not just visually marketing, but like, hey, you want to brand yourself. Hey, when they think Scentsy, do they think you? That's what you want. My voicemail. So if anybody, I can't remember offhand exactly what my voicemail says because I don't call myself, but my voicemail identifies me as a Scentsy consultant. It says, hey, you reached Nina Mencuri, independent Scentsy consultant. Thank you for calling. If you do not have a Scentsy consultant, I would love to be yours. So that's one way people know that I'm a consultant. So I don't know if you've ever thought about doing your voicemail, but that's one way. Number 4, attitude and social media presence. So there's good and there's bad with social media. You just have to pick and choose what you want people to see. So be positive, but be authentic. Don't be fake. But you also don't want to share the negative. So if people see you or see your post, see your page, would you want to join you just by seeing what you have posted? Would you want to buy from you from just seeing what you have posted and shared? Those are things you want to think about. People tend to steer away from negativity, and they want to see happiness. So try to share what's happy. A lot of times too, you can share, sad, but you have to stay away from a lot of those negative, because you got to remember, like I said, people are always watching. So you're going to end up, either scaring away certain customers, potential recruits, and you don't want to do that. Number 6, always be prepared. So you want people to know that your store door is always open. Whether it is, having a sample, always have samples on you, whatever it may be. It can be, the scent of the month sample. It can be, like those samples that you can get from the consultant store, whether lotion or Markowitz or whatever. Always have some on you to be able to provide. But remember to always put your contact info on those if you're handing them out. Going on with number 6, always have a catalog or your product list with you. I have some in my purse, and I always have some in my car. So people always, people ask me, I have something to give them. But, I sometimes I forget, sometimes I run out. You have that digital option. So if you were to text them or email them or whatnot, your digital copy of your catalog, know that it is one way of getting their info. So you shoot them the link to your catalog. Not only does it have the most updated and current inventory on stock that they can order from, but it also provides them a link directly to your website. So they can purchase directly from there with that digital catalog. So that is one way that, that's beneficial in just using your link. So you put the ball in their court, basically. You have their info, and you have a way to follow up with them, and they have a way to contact you. Drawing slips. So one thing I learned from doing events with Jess and everybody is drawing slips. Drawing slips are like your golden ticket with your samples. I don't know if I have one on me. I did have one. Hello. Sorry. So I had drawing slips before, but if you don't have drawing slips, I created one on my Google Docs. So I have a digital one that I send out to people, and I get their info that way. It creates a spreadsheet for me, and I can organize it that way. So if any of you are familiar with creating Google Docs for your order forms, I also use those as my digital drawing slips, if any of you have done that. Also, another thing I have on hand is opportunity packets. So opportunity packets, when you provide those, sometimes they can be a little folder or simply like, a pamphlet, not a pamphlet, but a flyer. It's good to include your story, your little join flyer, maybe a scent of the month flyer with a sample, something that they can, that they can see the opportunity. Number 7, social media. So make sure you create a business page. But when you create a business page, I would suggest creating a VIP page. So my VIP page is one way to be more in touch with my actual customers and potential customers. So I share my regular stuff on my business page, but I also do a lot with my VIP page. So regular interaction, regular postings. Sometimes I do my parties in there, your specials. You have a way to contact all your individual customers. So VIP page are great. If you haven't created one, I suggest to create one to do a one-on-one. Not a one-on-one, but to do more personalized, personable communication with your customers. It makes it more special to be considered that VIP. Number 8, always share the opportunity. So here's one thing that I did notice. I don't go out and say, hey, join here, join there, but I do share the opportunity a lot. Whether or not you may think that you're bothering somebody, or you may be pushy, there's some people that really just don't know that they can join your team. Some people have joined my team because, hey, Nina shared it, someone else didn't, or, I felt like, I might be stepping on your toes. Some people do feel that way. They think that they may steal your customers away, so they won't join. So if you share that with them, and let them know, hey, join my team or join my family, you may get those people that, are hesitant because they're afraid because of stuff like that. They can't come out and actually, jump in and join the team. So always share. Let's see, number 9, take time to dress up your orders. So it doesn't take much to dress up your customer orders. So when you're dressing up your customer orders, a simple colored gift tissue will do wonders to dress it up. What I do personally now and have been doing for quite some time, it's kind of been my thing, is to get those brown little party, like little gift bags. It just flowers from like Dollar Tree, and I cut those up and I glue those to the bag. So what I've been doing recently is the sunflower. So I have a little saying, a little, stand tall like a sunflower, face towards the sun. And that's kind of been my thing that I've been doing lately, with the sunflower on the bag. So I don't know if you've seen, I can post a picture later and let you see, but that's what I've been doing. And I'll buy, I think, a bag of 12 from Hobby Lobby, with a 40% off coupon. And then I'll buy a bundle of those sunflowers and just hot glue them to the face of the bag. And that's what my little, little orders go into, is in that bag. But it makes people feel special. And the thing is that if you buy something from, let's say, Walmart versus something from Victoria's Secrets has a little bag with that pink tissue paper. I don't know about you, but it makes me feel special just to have that little bag. It's like, ooh, I have a present. Even though you bought it yourself, it's nice just to have that classy bag. And it's the same thing with the business, with your business. If you take the time just to dress it up, it doesn't take much. Like I said, all I do is, grab stuff from on discount or with a coupon from like Hobby Lobby, or you can get it from Target or Dollar Tree, and just, either tie a bow to it, colored paper, tissue paper, whatnot. And it goes a long way to make your customers feel a little special. So that's what I do, always dress it up. And then when you check your orders, there's one thing that Jess taught me is nothing is broken, nothing is damaged. But you never know if they're going to gift it. You want a way for that customer or your potential customer to have a way to repurchase those items again. So if it's a warmer, check and make sure that the warmer is, working, the light bulb's working, nothing's broken, and put one of your contact labels under the base of that warmer. They have your info. Same thing with any of the laundry, the cleaning, anything. Put your label on everything. You never know who it's going to go to. Or, maybe a customer that normally doesn't buy from you, and it's been, months, and they can't remember what your website is. Hey, they can look at your product and be able to contact you there. Let me see. And number 10. So follow-up and thank yous. So my follow-up, if you guys have seen Jessica Villarreal's follow-up system, that was originally my system. So I took what she taught and I implemented that into my business, and it did great for me. And then when Amy came in, I used Amy. So if you guys don't know what Amy is, it is a free app. There's a paid version that you can do, but it's a free app that syncs your workstation to your phone, and it works basically like a personal assistant. So I use both because I'm both visual and I'm digital. I use both and I combine them. And if you guys have heard this past Saturday's call with Michelle Brooks, Michelle actually just helped kind of solve my problem on how to try to fix the current situation with the follow-up system because of COVID. So now I'm going to try and see, try out, you know, how she did it and see if that helps me. So again, you know, like I said, you can always get ideas from other Scentsy sisters, Scentsy brothers, see if it works for you. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, tweak it to be your own, or, you know, just, you know, try something else that works for you. So that's one great thing about, you know, getting advice and listening to calls is getting ideas from others. So that is my top 10. Jess also wanted me to talk about, I don't know what time it is. I talk a lot. Let me know, Jess, if I'm going over. I'm just going to be talking. So my next one is parties and booking. So I absolutely hate doing home in-person parties. So I don't do them anymore. What I do is I call them my unparties, kind of like if you guys have seen Alice in Wonderland, how they always call it like an unhappy birthday. I call mine unparties. So my unparties are basically express parties. So I do a lot of text parties, on the go bag parties. I get a lot of people that ask if I can do 10 bar specials. A lot of my customers do that. But I don't always provide them or offer them. So when someone personally asks me, hey, are you doing a 10 bar special? This is what I tell them. I say, not at the moment, but I can do a 10 bar special party for you if you would like to do one. So it kind of puts the ball in their court, and they do the work to collect the rest of those people for me. So if it's just six people is all it needs, that becomes a $200 plus party order for me right there, just by that one person doing the express party. And it's by simply people asking me, hey, are you doing a 10 bar special? Are you doing some kind of special? I always tell them, not at the moment, you know, if I'm not doing that special, not at the moment, but here's what I can do for you. So that's how I get my unparties. So my main parties, so our unparties are, I do fundraisers. I do those express parties I was talking about, my on-the-go parties, and I also throw my own parties. So if you guys haven't got into the habit of doing your own basket parties and attaching it to your PWS, I suggest to do so, because that is a way for you to collect orders and get those host rewards and those half off items for yourself. That's another party for you. I also do flash sales. So I will do flash sales on my VIP page off of the clearance site, off my Facebook site, or not Facebook, off my PWS site. So you can use your clearance page as a flash sale. I've done that a couple of times. Online Facebook parties, I do those. I am currently looking at revamping them. So we're currently redoing our office. So I was gonna do a party, what do you call it? A party shelf. So I can do online parties a little bit more, a little bit with the convenience with having the product right behind me or easily at reach to be able to demo on those live videos. So I haven't done those yet, but that's a work in progress. So my office is a mess right now. But I did do what I called my online parties were considered, I called them pop-up shops. So it's just a basic, you know, just easy online party, no hassle. And I just post a different topic each day where people can, it's for a week, where people can just check in and see what's going on and buy off the site. And I found that to be fairly easy with a lot of my VIP. I do that on my VIP page. So with my VIP customers. Let me see. My other one that I have been trying for my other party, I guess, is I've been doing whiff boxes. So I trialed that a few months ago, and I've been working on it, and it's slowly starting to pick up. So I'm hoping to get, you know, enough to be able to submit as a party. But, you know, it's starting off slow, so I have no, it's fairly new, so I really have no experience to say about that, but it's picking up. And if you haven't watched some of the expo videos on whiff boxes, I suggest checking those out while it's available if you're interested in doing those. Let's see. Fundraisers. So fundraisers. The fundraisers, I did a lot for the shop team, for our shop team, and I offered them a lot to schools or people that had, you know, sports teams or whatnot. The way that I got my word out that I did fundraisers is not only sharing them on social media, but I make stickers, or I purchase stickers from the consultant store. So when I don't know if these are old, I had bought a lot of them at one point, but if you want to do fundraisers, put a sticker or use a sticker and let them know. I put the sticker on my my little goodies, whatever I put in my orders, so that they know that I do fundraisers. Let me see. So packets. I do packets. My fundraising packets I give to people who are who could be potential fundraising opportunity people. I give them to sports teams, dance teams, gymnastics, whoever I know participates in stuff like that, or I ask them. Schools, if you have any schools in the area, I go to the office and I give them a fundraising packet. And what it is in my fundraising packet, I had a sample. Like I said, my office is being revamped, so it's in a box somewhere. But I have a fundraising envelope. These are available in the consultant store. So I have a fundraising envelope, and what I do when I drop these off at places, it has a few things. So there's a fundraising letter explaining like what is Scentsy. So you can find those if you're in groups like the what's it? The flyer page with Andrea, Purple Panda, if you guys know her. There's flyers there you can print out, or, you know, type your own. I do my second one is fundraising possibilities letter, which is, I have a template, but I got the original one off the workstation. So there may be one in there, but I have it saved on my computer as a template. So there is, it explains the different type of fundraising, fundraising opportunities that we can offer, and explaining like how we do it and everything. So, but then again, that's in your workstation if you guys are interested. I include a showcase brochure, the monthly specials flyer, my Scentsy story, a Scents of the Month sample, business card, and a join and host brochure. So that's what goes in this. So when I drop it off, this is what's in there. And if they're interested, then they would contact me. But whoever receives it, I make a goodie bag. So there's a goodie bag for that person who's ever getting it. In that goodie bag, so it's usually just one of those little party bags that I tie up all cute. Sometimes I'll put a flower, and I'll tie the flower with a ribbon at the neck of it to seal it shut. But in those, there's a catalog or a product flyer, my business card, a sample, and maybe some kind of candy, or like a scent circle. And I give that to them because you never know who is a potential customer. You know, that person may buy from you. Include a joint information, because they could also be your potential downline. So that's what goes in these when I drop it off. Now, when I do have a fundraiser, what I do is in each fundraising packet, to each person, I put in there's a showcase brochure in here. There is the monthly flyer, a fundraising letter to the team. So I usually make my own, explaining like who we are, what the money is going towards, stuff like that. I provide a sample, a business card, join and host brochure, and a charge form. So I'll provide 10 charge forms in there. When I do the charge form, though, I put a label on the top of the charge form. I don't have one on me right now, but I put my contact info just in case they lose a way to get back to me. Always remember to put your info too on the outside of the envelope, just in case they need to get a hold of you. There's also a tax breakdown that I put in there, your current tax info. Because you don't know if people from out of state are going to be ordering, or or where they're going to be getting those people from. a fundraising specials flyer. If you have like some kind of newsletter or some kind of specials that you want to offer, say it's only scent circles, or only buddies, or not buddies, but only buddy clips or whatnot, whatever your fundraiser is centered towards or geared towards, put that in the flyer. So my bonus tip is, when you have your packets, put a number on it to identify how many you still have out there, and the charge forms. So with the charge forms, if this is envelope number 1 on your charge forms, you have 10 of them. Put a number 1 on there, so if you get that charge form back, you know who gets credit for that. That's one way to keep track of things. Always double check tax breakdowns, and always make sure the info that you're providing them is current. PSW, you want to make sure that there is a way online for them to collect those orders. If someone wants to order, just go ahead and online and just order that avenue through that fundraiser. So you always want to make that optional for them. Okay, so that is what I do for my fundraisers. Aside from that, I am very active myself in doing a lot of charity work, whether it is the Candlelighter Superhero Run, which unfortunately was canceled this year because of COVID. I do a buddy drive with Jess. So every year since I've started, I've done the buddy drive with Jess for candlelighters. We collect buddies during the holidays and we personally deliver them. I do that with her, but I also do buddy clips and buddy sidekick collections with those, or any other toys that anybody wants to bring in. And I actually bring those to the Fill a Fire Truck Toy Drive, or to the Southern Nevada Burn Foundation, which is where those toys from Fill a Fire Truck Toy Drive go to. My eldest has been an explorer, and he is currently testing for Henderson Fire Department. So we've had a history with, I think it's Station 52, North Las Vegas Fire Department, and that's usually where we drop it off. And if we miss their buddy drop off, then their Fill a Fire Truck drop off, then we go ahead and just take it personally to the Southern Nevada Burn Foundation. Those are that. I don't know what time it is. Jess, are you there?
I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 10-bar special, could you share what that is so they know how you do that, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so there is a breakdown that I have. There's several different breakdowns, but I use the 10-bar special. So what you're doing basically is you're using your host credit for to get that discount. So there's a way. I can actually share it if anyone wants to use it. But when I have a customer that wants to do it themselves, and if you have a customer that wants to do it and you're offering it to them as a unparty, like an express party, you have to make sure you tell them, this is what your host reward is going towards. This is why you're getting this discount. So you have to make sure it's clear to them. Otherwise they'll be like, well, where's my host rewards? So don't forget to let them know that. That's one important thing. But the discount is, there's several groups. One of them is the Combine and Save group, and there's a lot of different Combine and Save offers, but that's originally where I got that from. So
awesome, thank you. And then I'm going to clarify. I think I know what the answer is, but I'm going to make sure that Melissa wants to know: is a charge form just an order sheet?
Yes.
Okay. And then can you share the fundraising letter that you use on our page, just so they can see like a template of what you use? I'm so glad that you mentioned that you put the number of the packet on the corner of each order form in your packet of your 10. I've never done that. And I've always I have my own little system of how to keep track, but sometimes I'll forget of what system that I use. That is so simple, because they get in a rush and I'm just trying to gather all the orders, and I forget, I take the whole thing out and forget, oh gosh, what packet was that connected to? Because they don't do what we ask them to do and actually put the kid's name or the,
exactly,
or whatever. And yes, that is so brilliant. So if they get mixed up in any way, that is attached to packet number 1. I love that.
So.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yay. Okay, we are a little bit over, but if anybody has any questions, you can unmute yourself for Nina. I'm sure you're okay, means for just like answer questions for like a couple minutes if anybody has any.
Yeah, of course, no worries. I don't think I got to really touch on social media stuff, but
well, if there's anything like a really important tip you think you can give us, just something small, like one or two, that would be awesome if there's no questions so far. Oh, Cindy, are you saying you have a question, or are you just, oh, okay. Oh, you're, okay. I'm opening up my view so I can see if I see, oh, Susan has one. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to make sure Nina knows to check her, because I privately chatted with her too. So I want her to check that. I was asking her a question. So thanks, Nina. You gave me some good ideas, as always.
Susan, share your question, because your question might be helpful to other people if she can answer it.
Hold on, I have to go back and find it, Jess. Hold on. Let me go to where it was.
One question, other people are thinking the same thing. So if we can.
The text party, how do you do a text party? Because or the flash sale party, because I have a lady in Utah, that has been wanting to help me do a party, but she's been moving and busy and all that, but she still wants to host. So I think that would be an easier way for her to do it.
The text party, when I hit Superstar Consultant, that is what I was blasting out, trying to hit that goal. It's trying to get people to do quick parties. And my mom used to be my downline. She's a rock star. She has no time to do it. I missed working with her, but she is the one that did that last express party, that text party that just got me up to Superstar Consultant. So what it is just, you kind of put the ball in their court, you can give them like a template, or use the Cinderella challenge. Just letting them know, hey, I'm putting in an order. Do you need a refill? Would you like anything? You can even email them or text them the digital catalog, or invite them to your VIP page. It's not very technical. It's just basically a text blast.
So basically, you don't give them any flyers or anything?
No, not unless they ask.
No pictures or anything. You just say, hey, this is what we can do, and make it super simple. See, I like that. That's super awesome. Yeah.
And just send them the digital of your catalog. Ask for anything. Good. Go ahead and text that. Awesome. Flash sale. It's just, I link the, when you create your PSW and you share stuff, say on your business page or your VIP page, I attach the specific link to a product.
Right. Me too.
On the clearance.
Yeah.
So highlight, I'll showcase, and I'll use those as my flash sale. So the clearance flash sale.
Okay. Yeah, I do that on my Facebook party I'm doing right now for my daughter-in-law. Everything like the kids line. I go to the kids line and I copy that link and I put it on our party. So it takes them directly, because people really, our website isn't the easiest thing for people to maneuver through. So they miss stuff. So I've learned to do that. It's helped a lot. Yes. So, but thank you, honey. Appreciate it.
Welcome. No problem. You're welcome.
Hey, anybody else with any questions, comments? Anybody got any aha moments, or, oh, wow, that's something I want to try, or I never thought of before you want to share? I know I took a lot of notes, a lot of great ideas. I'm trying to think. I love that you called it an express party. That, like, I think with a lot of people that freak out over parties, that kind of eases their minds of like something simple and not so formal. I like that a lot.
What I've noticed with a lot of my customers is that they don't like the idea of party. When they think party, they think, oh yeah, I gotta clean my house, I gotta set this up. So I call it an unparty. It tends to like, hey, I could do that. So yeah, that's what tends to attract people a lot when I word it that way. That's awesome. Yeah. What else did I want to? I did want to say, I didn't talk too much about social media. I kind of ran out of time on that. But I did want to say that I use Instagram a lot. That is one of my major social platforms. And it's because you put a face to your business. They see the more, what is it called? The more, I don't want to side of you, but you can be more yourself on that avenue. My kids, well, your stories, for example. So if you're sharing your stories, you can share your daily life and what people can see as your Scentsy life. You don't necessarily have to post, buy this, share, not sell is basically what it is. My kids are the face basically of my business. What I noticed in my business is that if you have kids, it's very difficult to get a moment's time to yourself. So I have to schedule when I do certain things. So if I'm attending a meeting, usually it's if they're sleeping. Like right now, they're sleeping, so they're downstairs. But I will schedule, like if I'm this may be TMI, but if I'm breastfeeding my little one, I will listen in. So if you see me on a black screen, it's usually because I'm putting my down for a nap, or I'm at break at work. So I do that a lot. And if I'm not able to go on live, I listen to the recording. And sometimes I'll listen to the recording when I'm laying down for bed at night, or if I'm driving to or from work. So I make it happen. I try to listen to either the recordings or try to attend live as much as I can, but I do my best to never try to miss any of those. Other than that, my kids are involved in my business the rest of the time. They help me bring my orders in. They help me unpack my orders. They help me do my samples. Nicholas, if you haven't seen any of the YouTube videos, he is obsessed, or was obsessed, I should say, with Ryan's toy review. I don't know if you guys have little ones or if you guys are familiar with that, but that is why he does the little YouTube videos, is because he watched Ryan. And from watching me do the demos, he basically took over my demos. He will do my laundry demos. He will do my wax changing demos. He will do my diffuser demos. That's Nicholas. And people want to see that it's a family business. And when they see that, hey, that's fun. I want in on that. And so when I changed my method of running my business to include my kids, I noticed it not only became easier for me, but it attracted more people. So they want to see you. They want to see how, they want to see the fun that you're doing, and they want in on that. So like I said, share, don't sell. You'll see my pictures. My pictures usually involve my kids. So if they're blowing bubbles, it's, they made bubbles out of the dish soap, or, they're sniffing the wax bar, or Nicholas is comparing the brick to his head, or something funny. You'll see my kids, and they're crack ups. And, they're the face of my business. So
I love that. It's entertaining for me, so I know it's entertaining for your clients. Well, thank you so much. And yes, I totally failed. I had it in my head that I was so excited to share that Nina's one of our newest superstar consultants. She just promoted. So congratulations to her. That was super awesome. Yes. So that is a huge thing. She's been working, this is why I love what we do. I mean, you guys know I'm a big baby. I cry over everything. But like when I hear stories like Nina's and how it's touched people's hearts and changed, there were things I didn't know she was going through. Like I didn't know she was going through the postpartum depression when I first reached out to her. I didn't know that. I just knew that I needed to reach out to people, that I needed parties. I needed to meet new people. I needed to grow my team. And you always go back to the people that your circle of people, your list of 100. And she was on my list of like, she's never hosted a party. She's a friend of mine. What's wrong with me? Why have I not asked her? But did I know that she was going through these struggles with postpartum depression, that Scentsy was going to help her in that way? No, I had no idea. And to see her years later sharing this, this is why I do what I do, because if you're scared to share the opportunity, think of stories like Nina's. Like you could be literally sharing an opportunity that's going to help somebody with a very deep issue in their life that they don't even know they need help in, or that they know, like she didn't know that Scentsy was going to help that, and neither did I, But if we help by sharing, like she said several times, and I love that word sharing, it blesses us in ways that we don't even know. I mean, yes, growing your team is going to help grow your income. That's just the way the compensation plan works. That is awesome. But we all know that adding value to somebody's life is priceless. It is literally priceless. You don't even know how to put it to words. And when you're ever struggling and wondering why you're doing this or things are rough, remember these people, remember these stories. They may not be your team members, but remember that there may be somebody that you offer that opportunity to one day that they'll be able to say, you know, because of Scentsy, this helped me through this obstacle or whatever. And you had a small portion of that because you opened the door for them. I mean, they had to take it, they had to walk through, they had to, you know, utilize it. Like, you know, Nina she dove into a director and training program when she was still kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do this as a business right now. I'm just using it. But she saw that as an opportunity to help herself grow because she knows she likes to learn. And so that's why offering, you know, trainings to people and introducing all your team members to these opportunities of training calls and stuff and reminding them that they're available. You just don't know how it's going to help them. You really don't. And now, you know, she's full blown in her business and growing, and she's going to be a director probably any month now. And those tools that she put in before that was helping her personal life, she's going to be able, and she already is, to be able to implement them into her business as well. And so it's just like a full circle. It's incredible. So I hope you guys enjoyed all these amazing tips. And, you know, when she first started, she said that they're probably repetitive. The one thing I want to share is that there's always somebody new on a call that has never heard any of this. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. But then there's also seasoned people like me that I need to hear this stuff again because I haven't done it in a while, or maybe I'm doing it, but it's so repetitive that I'm not realizing how important it really is. And so it's not just redundant. When I do it, it's going to bring passion back into those actions for me. And then, like I shared, I've been doing fundraisers have also been something that got me really excited. I started fundraising my first month of my business, which exploded my business. And that is my passion in my business. But 9 years I've been doing it. I never thought to do what Nina just said. Such a huge like issue that has always been with doing fundraisers with like hundreds of order forms. And there's always somebody that I'm like, where did this come from? Who is this to? And I have to like text the people like, okay, who does this belong to? So that just eliminates an issue I've been dealing with for years. So that is so amazing. So you learn from your team members all the time. So I don't put on these calls for me, for you guys. I put them on for me too. So I can learn from you guys. So anyways, thank you so much, Nina, for your time. In case you guys don't know, she said she works in a hospital, but she's right there in the middle of COVID, and she works long hours, and she still makes it happen. And so if you're thinking, I have a full-time job, I have kids, I have this, well, she just laid out how she makes it happen on the way to work, on the way home, right before bed, you know, with an earpiece on while she's running around her kids, you know. And that brought me back to when I was brand new to Scentsy. I had 2 toddlers just like her running around in diapers. And so I was earpieces while I was giving them baths or washing the dishes or cooking dinner or laying them down for bed. I had it in my ears. So there's always a way. They always, that old, when there's a will, there's a way. There really is. So congratulations to all of you that are on this, whether you're recorded or live. And make sure if this helped you, share this call with your team. And if there's somebody that's interested in Scentsy, share this call as well. Say, hey, this is what type of connection we have every week and the people we're going to learn from. This is I think this is a great call that really breaks down how Scentsy can help on a personal level and a business level. And the family orientation that Nina talked about, that we have, the culture that we've created that really help people. So share it with people that may be considering joining, that are on the fence. Just say, hey, listen to this call. And you may never know, you might get a new team member just because they're like, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe all the excuses I've been telling myself is really just an excuse, and I need just to get off the pot and do this. So, okay, Neens, I love you so much, my friend. And thank you so much for your awesome tools and knowledge and your heart, the most of all.
I'm glad that you were able to get something. I really didn't know if you'd be able to, if I'd be able to contribute anything, but I'm so glad you guys were able to get.
Gosh, it was amazing. It was amazing. I've got 2.5 pages full of notes. I'm serious. Look. And another one right here.
Thanks.
So, all right. I love you all. If nobody's told you do they love you? We love you. We are a team. Oh, really fast, in case you didn't notice, I changed my team name to Angels of Light, and also our group. The reason where that came from is that we literally have the opportunity to shine light into people's life. And I think Nina's story is seriously the perfect example of that, is that Scentsy started because they wanted to add value into people's lives. And we literally can do that just by sharing this opportunity. So you are a light to people, whether you realize it or not. Yes, pun intended, we do have lights as words, but the light within you, you may be shining something that they may be in a dark place and they just need a little bit of light for direction, and your business opportunity and you, the person that's sharing it, can be that light that they need. Have a great week. Don't forget about the All Consultant call on Tuesdays, register in your workstation, and the Super Saturday calls that are also amazing. All right, guys. Good night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.